Dingo. My name is Nick. I'm from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. And the fat Aussie bastard left a 4-minute vid about your current plight for your wife and your 12-year-old son who suffers from 4 brain impairments. And I'm quite surprised that you're going through this, and I'm sorry to hear that your government is now becoming the heavy-handed fist of blind justice. The reason why that I'm deciding to leave you this is because I don't want you to give up any hope for yourselves. I think what you've done for your son is the right thing. And it takes a lot for me to actually say that because I'm quite critical about how people act with their own members of family. Especially those that need to take decisions based on religious decisions. And everything for me has consequences. In this particular case, though, I think that the consequences are minimal because you've decided that your son is not cut out for school, and it should be up to the bloody education department. I'm sorry, I'm used to my Canadian terms. We have a government body for the province that governs education. There is no federal education minister really, and they don't do much apart from just federal guidelines for certain institutions, certain backgrounds, base grounds. But most of everything, such as high schools and public schools, elementary schools, they all fall under the provincial government. So does community colleges, although that may change in the near future. They have gone through heaven and hell parent groups and so on and so forth to try and accommodate people with handicaps in schools. I've been subject to classes that actually had 1 or 2 students who were in school also with us, but needed a teaching assistant to assist in their development and help them get along. It's not easy. And I know this on this perspective of a teacher's assistant. I've never been one. My mother was. That was before she became a full-blown teacher and then retired. She tried to change everything about anything. She wanted to become a school director to change the way things were, but she discovered that it just wasn't in the cards. In your case, you're homeschooling your son. My only concern is that they may have an issue about what you're teaching your son, how it's taught. That's something that can easily be rectified. The worst case scenario is that they may come to an accommodation where they may advise you that if you have a tutor that can actually assist your son, or certified technician or technologist, God knows what the terms they're going to be using, that we will allow you to homeschool your son. If your son does not fit in, and I don't mean this to be crass or a lack of respect, but if your son is having issues fitting in with the class or with the curriculum that they're giving, I can't see why they want to send you to jail, let alone want to fine you. That the government forces a parent, I can see it here in Canada where they will tell the parent you need to send your kid to school or else. Because if your child doesn't receive education, it's a social issue. It's a kind of a Department of Social Assistance or the Department of Family issue, and they can become involved, and that can become a very messy prospect. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that both you, the missus, and your son are going through this, but mostly you and the missus. So please continue doing what you're doing for your son's welfare. That you're doing it, and you have as much patience as Fat Aussie Bastard has advised us. I have no doubt. I really have none. And the way that you spoke about the issue shows to me, just in the inflection of your voice and your moral character, how you yourself as a father is dedicated to his son. From someone who admires courage and perspicacity in people, have a nice one.